Life detours. When life gives you a detour, watch for what Jesus is about to teach you. Find out what Jesus teaches in the detours of life in this episode of 5 Minutes Closer. I'm Vaughn Weatherford, and this is 5 Minutes Closer. For the next 5 minutes, let's explore some biblical truths and apply them to your life. No podcast, including this one, can transform your life or give you what you really need. Only Jesus can do that. You can find out why in what I've called the first five episodes of 5 Minutes Closer. Each following episode explores scriptural truths that, if you follow them, will bring you 5 minutes closer to the person God created you to be. Let's see if we can get you 5 minutes closer. Most people don't like a detour. In my city, the highway department is upgrading a major highway. That means thousands of drivers each day will face a detour for the next 2 years. I can't wait. Detours, however, can bring amazing results when Jesus is involved. John chapter 11 records what appears to be a detour in Jesus' ministry. The family of his friend Lazarus told Jesus that his friend was gravely ill. Jesus leads his disciples to follow him to Lazarus' hometown of Bethany. This was a detour the disciples would rather have avoided. In John chapter 11, verse 7, this is what happens. Then after he said this to his disciples, "Let's go to Judea again," the disciples said to him, "Rabbi, the Jews were just now seeking to stone you, and are you going there again?" Jesus told his disciples that they were going to Bethany in Judea. The disciples immediately remind Jesus, just in case he forgot, "Hey, they want to stone you there." More likely, the disciples were thinking, "Hey, they want to stone us there." No one wants rocks thrown at their head. Instead of fear, Jesus expresses confidence. In verse 11 and following, he tells his disciples that they faced a choice of walking in the darkness or in the light. What he meant was they faced a choice of hiding from the Father's will or following it. Jesus chose to walk in the light. The disciples completely misread the whole situation. We'll pick the verse up at verse 11. After saying these things, he said to them, "Our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I go to awaken him." The disciples said to him, "Lord, if he's fallen asleep, he will recover." Now Jesus had spoken of his death, but they thought he meant taking a rest in sleep. Then Jesus told them plainly, "Lazarus has died, and for your sake I'm glad that I was not there, so that you may believe. But let us go to him." So Thomas, called the twin, said to his fellow disciples, "Let us also go, that we may die with him." They thought Jesus was telling them that Lazarus was getting better. He wasn't. Jesus knew that Lazarus had died. The disciples then thought they were going to Bethany to die. They weren't. They were going to see Jesus' power over death. This detour was one worth taking. A few years ago, the website Global Times reported the story of a bus driver in China. When a woman clutching a baby rushed up to the bus as it slowed in traffic, the bus driver broke the rules of his job, which dictated that he open the doors only at predetermined stops. The bus driver opened the door to the woman, who rushed onto the bus, indicating that her baby had stopped breathing. The bus driver immediately altered his route and drove to a nearby hospital, where doctors successfully resuscitated the child. The bus driver later expressed gratitude that all the passengers on his bus supported the detour to save the baby's life. Most people believe they would be in favor of taking a similar detour, especially if it was to save a child. However, we often bristle at the interruptions in our life. When life throws you a detour, take a moment to watch for what Jesus is about to do. In John chapter 11, Jesus showed the disciples his power over death. What will Jesus teach you in your detour now that you are 5 minutes closer? My prayer is that these 5 minutes have challenged you, inspired you, and caused you to consider applying God's message for your life from His Word. To find out more, visit our website at 5minutescloser.com. Join me next time to see if we can get you 5 minutes closer.